Good one, Pete.
One-on-one pull up with tens. One-on-one never again. One-on-one. When get the cake in the butter, I count it like hustle the money all in. Rhyme in the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk you can hear. Hearing all about how they want me to lose, but I'm W, due for a win. Fight for my dummy, don't see how I'm coming, don't tip me, I'm right on the edge. Guinness is young and I been had to shoot out some money all under my bed. 2018 came a million, I made a career and they thought it'd be. I getting cold, my body cold, I barely get rest. One time told her pull up again. In the back of the Benz. I wanna put mirror 10 on the tent. I wanna see the reflection. I'm the best dressed at the Met. The way her dress, I know how to dress. Turn the drill to a flex. They stick at the check, I poke out my chest. I'm treating little boy like my pets. I know they young one of the catch. Got one-on-one ice on the jet. One-on-one pull up with tens. One-on-one never again. When get the cake in the butter, I count it like hustle the money all in. Rhyme in the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk you can hear. Hearing all about how they want me to lose, but
The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come into tonight's game after the loss. Drills the three-pointer. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, you know, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and you know they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I mean, I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. After a solid rookie campaign, Coach, Jalen Duren had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duren knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots, shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And Gary Payton is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Pass to Duren. Tipped away. And stolen by Ayton.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Henderson, no good.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
They get it again. Anthony. The kick out to Cunningham. Now, here's Ivy. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Henderson outside. Payton outside. Takes a three. Brooks grabs the board. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Back to Anthony. Over Payton. And that one's good, Anthony.
And Melo, a skilled shooter, if he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Pass to Ayton. Down low. Here's Thibault. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Outside Anthony. Lets the three fly. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Anthony's got 7 points.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Out to Henderson. Second chance effort. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. This is his first free throw of the game.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Well, Henderson has a lot of talent. He's a dynamic guard who plays with a real swagger and energy.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Klingon. Anthony with the block. Cunningham outside. Pass to Duren. Pistons passing it around. Cunningham looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drives to the hoop. And Thibault sends it back. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. .34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Klingon. .20 seconds left in the first quarter. Can't get it to fall. Now Duren hasn't made one yet. And here's Ivy. And stolen by Thibault. For three, Henderson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far.
The Pistons, 10.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Boy, Greg, it seems like the big men have returned. And Donovan Clingan is one of them.
Yes, he is 7'2" with a wingspan to match, the capability to dominate the paint, and his impact is felt at both ends of the court. You can't teach size, right? Clingan is already one of the bigger guys in this league, and you can see him add another 10 to 15 pounds of muscle.
Brooks misses. On the wing, Payton. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now here's Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Clingan's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And it's Sharp missing. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it. But it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Here's Clingan. Kamare misses. The Pistons trailing. Cunningham with it. Clingan defending. Back to Cunningham. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And it's Sharp missing. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. It's tipped. Pass to Kamare. To the wing on the left. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to talk to his guys. We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharpe in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
1:39 left in the second quarter. In the corner, it's Duren. To the inside. Hardaway, no good. Portland leading. Here's Payton. And he uses the glass on the layup. Payton's got his second basket of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Schroeder. And stolen by Sharpe. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Rejected by Harris.
And using his long arms there to his advantage. Opponents got to be mindful of Harris's defensive capabilities.
Now here's Payton. Here's Ayton. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Ayton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And they're just not sharp offensively right now, and it's starting to hurt them.
Here's Payton. Pass to Sharp. Hardaway with the steal. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Gary Payton is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before that.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Both teams deciding to change it up.
For your Blazers answer.
Trailblazers on D. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. To halt the run. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of this.
Shooting 44.
That free throw good from Anthony. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second free throw, no good. And here is Grant. Ayton wide open. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It didn't take long for the Blazers to find Damian Lillard's heir apparent, did it, Greg?
Yeah, they drafted Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in 2023. Took him a little time to get his sea legs, but his talent is undeniable.
Pistons trailed by 6. Here's Thibault. Rebounded by the Pistons. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball. Brooks with no one around. Sinks the triple.
3.
Brooks has got the first points of the second half here for the Pistons. Now here's Payton. It's not going to go for him. Cunningham with some nice D.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses. Well, great job to push it up the court with the pass, and they get a nice transition score.
Pass to Ayton. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Cunningham with it. Driving the lane. Out to Brooks. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Brooks has got a pair of threes now here in the 3rd for Detroit.
On the court.
3rd quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Here is Cunningham after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Pass to Ivy. Just 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Harris's shot is off. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Top of the key, Avdia. Back to Payton. Nifty move. The 11-footer with the putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Payton's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
And the rejection by Ayton.
Access there denied by DeAndre Ayton.
Avdia gets the bucket.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Now, here's Cunningham. Outside Anthony. Back to Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Anthony down low. 10 points for him.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Trailblazers leading by 5. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Here's Anthony. Following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. To the paint. Here's Durant. Can they get it? The kick out to Cunningham. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Blazers ball. On the floor for your Trailblazers. Klingman.
55 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Henderson. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pistons trailed by 7. Ivy, no one around him. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And Portland with the ball. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. That shot, no good. Great defense that time from Duren. Here's Anthony. Duren up top. Launches from deep. Back to Anthony. Pass to Duren. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Now Ivy. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Now on the floor for your Trailblazers. Number 33, Tumani.
Here's Henderson. They set the screen. It's tipped and stolen by Ivy. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we...
The Pistons, 22.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Guys, during that last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups talk to his team. He told them it's all about maintaining the lead. He told them he knows it's easy to get comfortable when you're in this position, but that they need to keep the pressure on. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Brooks misses. Trailblazers leading by 7. Inside, here's Ayton. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Ivy. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
3.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Out to the right wing. On deep. And it's Ayton missing.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
The shot by Stewart with no one around. And another 3 for Detroit.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And he's able to get it back to the middle. And it's Portland with the rebound. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Here's Kamare. To the paint. Here's Ayton. Great defense that time from Duren. Pistons trailed by 3. Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. Inside. And Duren slams it in.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
Yeah, look, they've shown great resolve to work their way back into this one, but they're not done yet. They're going to have to grind it out.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, we don't talk about defense a ton, especially with guards, but Gary Payton, he can change a game with his D. Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs them.
Now here's Anthony. Shot clock at 6. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either. And that's a huge score by Ayton. His team needed it, and he delivered there.
Here's Ivy. Following the basket by DeAndre Ayton.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Pass to Kamare. They shoot again, and the layup is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Diving in, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Pass to Stewart. No good again that time.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Ayton with it. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Ivy. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
calling for the ball and taking over. Ivy with great confidence in the game to back it up.
Now, here's Thybulle. Henderson going inside, and Henderson throws it down hard.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Here's Anthony. There's the pick. Shot from the wing. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Payton right side. Lets it go with the three. Rebound by the Pistons.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.